The top 5 most brutal stretches of the 2025 NFL season. I examined the schedule and identified the worst one-month stretches of football that every team faces based upon strength of opponents they are going up against. This is an undebatable approach to determine the 5 worst stretches teams will face in 2025. Let's start with number 5, the Dallas Cowboys. From week 12 through week 15, the Dallas Cowboys play the Eagles, then the Chiefs, then the Lions, and the Vikings in 4 consecutive weeks, marking the 5th toughest month of this NFL season. Not to mention that most of that stretch is part of 3 games in 10 days, and Dallas is the only team to play such a stretch of 3 and 10 this year. If that wasn't bad enough, then they face the Chargers and the Commanders the next 2 weeks, totaling the number 1 toughest 6-week stretch of football for any team this season. Number 4, the Pittsburgh Steelers. This spans from week 13 through week 16, but starting in week 13, the Steelers play the Bills, then the Ravens, then the Dolphins, then the Lions in a 4-week stretch. Not only is it the 4th toughest 4-week stretch that any team plays this season, they will play with a rest disadvantage in 3 of those 4 games. They are at a full 3-game rest disadvantage when they play both the Bills and the Ravens in back-to-back weeks, and then are going to have to come off a Monday Night Football game on a short week to play in Detroit to close out the month. Number 3, the Minnesota Vikings. Immediately after their Week 6 bye, after playing an international doubleheader, the Vikings have to take on the Eagles, the Chargers, the Lions, and the Ravens in consecutive weeks from Week 7 through Week 10. If that 4-week stretch wasn't bad enough already, the number 3 toughest that any team will face this year, their rest disadvantage across those games will make it absolutely brutal. After playing the Eagles in Week 7, they play on a short week road game on Thursday Night Football all the way across the country in Los Angeles versus the Chargers. Then they play another road game in Detroit, taking on the Lions with Detroit off of a bye week. Then they play the Ravens, who have a Thursday night game the week before and thus a 3-day rest advantage. Brutal opponents made even worse with rest disadvantages. Number 2, the New York Giants. The Giants play the NFL's number 1 most difficult schedule overall, so it's not surprising that they're going to play one of the toughest stretches of the season. But from week 6 through week 9, the Giants play the Eagles, the Broncos, the Eagles again, and then the 49ers in consecutive weeks. The stretch opens with a short week game on Thursday versus the Eagles, and favorites like the Eagles always see their edges amplified on short weeks. Then the Giants travel out to Denver and then to Philly in back-to-back weeks before closing the stretch versus the 49ers. Before we get to number 1, did you know that last year a $100 bettor won over $15,000 following our betting recommendations? Right now you can take an extra 5% off any of our products with coupon code SCHEDULE. Save up to $700 using that code plus our early bird prices. Go to sharp.football, pick the package that's right for you, and lock in our best deal of the year. The number 1 toughest stretch of the year will be played by the Cincinnati Bengals. No team plays a tougher 4-week stretch this year. It's because they play the NFL's number 1 toughest 3-week stretch, and that starts with a short week road game in Baltimore on Thanksgiving. A difficult situation for any team, let alone when they go up against the Ravens, who have played the Bengals on Thursday in each of the prior 2 years, with Baltimore winning each game. Speaking of which, why are the Ravens hosting the Bengals 2 straight years and now a 3rd straight year on a Thursday with the Bengals on short rest every single time? How is that fair at all? Do you know that in the last 20 years, the Bengals have hosted the Ravens on Thursday 1 time? But now the Bengals are playing in Baltimore 3 straight years on Thursday on short rest. That does not make much sense, but I digress. After that, they also play the Bills on the road, followed by another game versus the Ravens and a trip to Miami to face the Dolphins. No team faces a tougher 4-week stretch this year.